presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Phil in Puerto Rico. Hey, Phil, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, doing great. Just wanted to thank you guys and the whole crew. Best content on the internet. Really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Phil, how did you find us?
I just typed in live trading in YouTube one morning.
Cool.
I was looking for any type of live trading room. You guys came up, and
awesome.
I know quality when I see it, or at least I like to think so. And I mean, you guys are just a dream. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Welcome to the Tiger family. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
My pleasure.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Make it a great night, folks. Let me open this up just a little right there. Come on, baby. There we go. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you're right. You may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 700, Nasdaq's off 327, S&P's off 94. Gold contract down $29.80, trading at $17.88 an ounce. We have silver down 78 cents, $23.35 an ounce. Light sweet crude down $1.18. $76.10 a barrel, notes and bonds. The 10-year note up 6 ticks, trading 114.24. The 30-year up 29 at 132.04 in King Dollar. King Dollar's up by 741 ticks, trading out at 104.509. Euro is at 106. Yen is out here at 137, and the British pound is at 121 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, you got a break with volume. You got an expansion of volume, and we're coming into option expiration tomorrow. So this is going to be really a trip, no doubt, because what you have here is that you broke the consolidation. If we take a look at this, what you're going to see is that you broke the consolidation. You broke it with volume. This is on the SPY. We're already at 76 million. You needed anything over 74 million, so your gap is laying out here at that 181.14. It's only 9 points down from where we are, and we're down 8.6. That being said, however, like when you look at this consolidation, it's a close call on this one, because you can say that you had a couple spikes, but if you take it for what it's worth, the top of this consolidation out here was 410. The bottom of it was 390. That's 30 points, man. You take 30 points off 390, you're at 360, and if that's where we are, this is kind of cool how it's setting up. I mean, you're at the highs of the low bar of October. You're actually in it by 7 points. So that's actually pretty dangerous, because if you get in that bar by 7 points, we're going to the bottom of that bar. And we'll see what ends up happening. And now what we do have, so watch what we have. This is going to get really... We got to trade his market in an extraordinary way, because I want to show you something here, folks. Watch this. And I talked about this a few weeks ago when we saw what this had done. So we have a larger ABC structure down in the long term, right? But if you take the aspect of where we were in August at that high and 431, then you get to the low that was generated at 365. The bottom line, we did more than a 1.618 retracement, or more than a 0.618 retracement. When you do that, folks, right, the next time down, your probability of taking that low out is very small. So what's really cool about this, okay, most times what happens is this. You go down there, you get into it, then you're going to get another bounce, and the longer ABC structure down is still in place. And what would end up happening is you probably get a smaller ABC structure inside the much larger ABC structure. We take a look at the NDX 100, the 3Qs, same type of setup inside the 3Qs. You broke the consolidation. You're going to have volume on the break. You already have volume on the break. So we take a look at this. What you're going to see is that, to the top of this too. Okay, so we needed, volume of 41 million, 55 million, you're at 46. We're going to get 60, 65 million. Right now you're at 46. You take this one, now we get the gap that is there at the 268. The highs of the lows is 270. So we're going into these, man. They're going to come down because no matter which way I do this, well, no, it could stop at the gap. But even if it stops at the gap, 268, you can see what's happening is that, well, it wouldn't be bad, actually. It's only that'd be 2 points into it. That'd be 2 points into it. So my take is that that's where we're going, down into those levels. And what it's going to be all about, folks, is that, the dollar basically wants higher price. You're going to get the dollar, basically got a bid today. We'll see if we can get follow through, but I expect we're going to, because if we take a look at the dollar, what you're going to see inside the dollar is that, it came down to the bottom of its 6-month range and rejected lower price. Now, what the market wants is the dollar wants to go up, the market wants to go down. And at the end of the year, this could get real dangerous because you get a lot of different things, a lot of different decisions are going to be made out here. Gold contract out here. We have the gold contract. It's trading lower and trading lower with volume. Right now, we got 175,000 contracts traded. That's an expansion of volume. I think we were hitting, let's see what we were hitting yesterday when this thing was trying to hang up. Yeah, so 2 days ago, we had the volume, 213. Last time, and that wasn't enough, by the way, because we were dealing with, the rollover. You need the rollover on this thing. Watch if I put the GLD. You'll actually see a little bit better inside the GLD. We take a look at the GLD. Yeah, see this expansion of volume, man? So we popped higher on Tuesday. You had 6.7 million. You're already at 7.2 million. The bottom of this range here brings you down to 161 in the GLD, and I suspect that's where it's going to go. And, we'll see where the rest of this shakes out. We take a look at some of the higher volume equities. Let's just go to Tesla, because Tesla is the number. We were talking about it yesterday, and the bottom line is that as we were talking about it, Elon Musk was selling, folks. And, bottom line, he needs money, man. That's the bottom line. And, he's probably, I suspect what he's doing is this. So picture part of the trench that when he bought the place, okay, you can see that right there. That was yesterday, 21,995,000 shares. That's what he moved out yesterday. So part of the Twitter deal, folks, right, is that we talked about the aspect, he's paying more on interest than Twitter has ever taken in, just gross-wise. There's part of a trench right now that is 3.5 billion. And he just sold $4 billion. And that $3.5 billion, he's paying an interest rate of almost 12%. But it gets better than that. Because what has happened is that bond has got smoked, even though it's brand new. So he could buy those back less than par. And what that means, of course, is that they let you so much money, 100 cents on the dollar, but guess what? You're going to buy it back less than 100 cents on the dollar, and he'll save $350 million just on that part of it. So that's what he's probably
Currencies,
doing.
commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kakestat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kakestat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 745, Nasdaq's off 341, S&Ps are off for 101. Let's go to Earl in Seminole. Earl, what's going on, brother?
Hiya, Tommy.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I took your advice and looked at Caterpillar, and I like the short. Can you give me a little more detail on it?
So let's take a look at Caterpillar. So let's see this. Okay, so for the last year, the low's 160, the high's 239. It's trading 230 right now. Let me pull this back a bit. So what we're looking at here, folks, is this. We were doing this yesterday. So when you go back to June of 2021, bottom line is this had hit 246. Then you had a monster downdraft of 22 million. Well, that's what it's having a tough time getting through. We got 21 million 5 weeks ago. But what happened is it kept trying to break. It can't handle it. And I suspect, bottom line is that I suspect, Earl, what we have here is that you can almost get like 219 out of it. There's a gap out there at 199, but your first leg is up here at the 221. That's the bottom of the consolidation. So, if you shot this thing, just keep a tight leash on it.
Yeah, I will do. I like the way it's set up, though. Yeah, thanks for that tip, because I know you did it.
Yeah, and what's intriguing here with this one, too, folks, is that you can picture this was a strong stock going up there, right? And it's just been up there too long. It's been up there for 5 weeks. The first week, it missed the high by 1 million shares, but then it contracted dramatically. When you see it contract dramatically after it tries to make it, that's a good signal that, guess what? You'll get, it doesn't mean it has to be a huge pullback, but the bottom line is that what's going on right now, just even in the broad market, your probability goes up a lot higher, Earl, because the broad market itself, has some problems here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the upside is really limited.
It is. That's a great way to put it, man. That's a great way to put it. Exactly. Particularly on something like that because it's gone up so much anyway, So.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Tommy.
Hey, how'd you like that storm today?
Oh, man, we needed it. It's been dry.
You should see, folks, we got a beautiful rainstorm that came in. It was, awesome. Okay, man, you have a great one, a safe one.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. Let's go look for the small caps, the IWM, for a couple of our targets out here. and we take a look at the IWM. This also broke on volume. Oh, look at this. It's already at the gap. Oh, this gets interesting. Okay, this is cool. So, you know what's cool about... Okay, so the IWM, folks, is going lower on volume. Now, this is what's really cool. And this is going to be not about the IWM. This is about how you take one piece of information and it can help you in the broader market. And what it is that I keep talking about this gap, right? Well, the gap in IWM is not only filled today, but it's blowing by the gap, okay? So the question the target has is this. So let's do this first. Okay, so real question would be, is that the consolidation? See, this is a different consolidation. The question is it going to go test its high volume low? And I would say that, yeah, it's going to go to the high volume high of the low, that's for sure. That's 172. Right now you're at 175. You got an expansion of volume out here today. You needed volume more than like 23 million or 26 million. You get 27 million already. Yeah, this wants lower price, man. You know. So what will happen is that what you want to do is that you want to keep an eye on the IWM, because what ends up happening, as we talked about those other gaps, as the IWM goes lower, if that starts filtering into that high volume low day, okay, then get out of the way, because what that means is that the S&P, the market itself, that's where it's going. We go take a look at the oil market out here. Oil's going sideways at 204,000 contracts. Now, it didn't get over the high of yesterday. Yeah, but I mean, oil's in a downtrend, man. My take is oil's going lower. I mean, I don't know if you're long, short, or whatever it is, but my take is that it's going lower. Okay, so this is a great question. So let's go into the E-mini. And what the question is that it looked that I just did an E-mini, an NQ 10-minute volume compression, comparisons. Could you talk about that, as I often do, looks to me like there's an attempt to run, but the volumes. Okay, cool. Here, so watch this. This is, this is how this thing shakes out. Now, this is really cool, man, too, because what happens, folks, in a day like today is this. Okay, well, yeah, let me do this first and kind of explain how this goes. In a day like today, that if you weren't short at the beginning of the day, it's a very tough day to trade short at lows, because when you trade both sides of the market, most time if you're down 100 in S&P points, you're going to get some kind of a bounce. Now, the bottom line is that when we're looking at this, there's no doubt that what he's talking about, it looks like, okay, man, that could make a run. That being said, though, see this bar that I put on there? That's the last time downward volume. Now, that bar there was at a price point of 39.42, okay? So when we did the pop, you made it to 39.31. No, 39.38, okay? So I missed it by 3, right? But you want to be cognizant of, and this is where this part really can't, it can be taught, folks, okay? But you got to be in the markets to just wrap your head around it. And what it is this. Because we went down so fast at the very beginning, right? There's plenty of people that have been trying to buy this. So what happens is this, is that as you get closer to the close, you're probably going to have more selling because of the fact that even, there's people that go short probably said, okay, man, I'm going to flip this position around. I'm going to flip on the other side, get a bounce and go on the other side again. Well, because it's been such a defined downtrend all day long, there's people that are stuck here right now. And they're going to have to, they should close the position if they're long, because, this market could gap down tomorrow like in about a heartbeat, man. So that's, I'm always cognizant of where the market was at the beginning of the day, because you got to be cognizant. This takes a while. You got to be cognizant of, do you think there were more buyers or more sellers? And I look at that as point-wise as to when you trade both sides of the market, what happens is that if it goes down, picture this, I don't care if I'm not even bullish. If this, like the market popped like 2 days ago, 3 days, when the market pops up like that, you just sell it. I mean, it's not, you just got to sell it because it's like your risk is like very small. When the market pops down, it's the same thing. It's almost like you want to buy it, you know, and you might have a, 15-minute trade that is the real bread because on each side, you can put your stops on the other side, So, bottom line, in this particular case, stay right there. We're coming right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 689. Nasdaq's off 325. S&Ps are off 94. So I'm going to go back to this same question because then the question is, thanks for the talk. Am I correct? It tried to bounce, but there was too little volume both ways. This is where, let's put this up again. You did have an expansion of volume on the bounce. That's what you did. But what I'm trying to, let me just I'm going to go through this slow so you can. So when you get a bounce, right? Like if you think you're going to get a bounce, what I normally do is I go to the last bar on the way down. So the last bar on the way down is 39.42, okay? So what you had here is that, okay, we got to 39.38. So the real question is that, okay, you can see the volume's expanding like right now. There's no doubt, but it's not as big as it needs to be. It needs to be 67,000, 76,000. We did 33,000, 33,000, and 35,000. I can tell you this. This is the way to do this, right? Is that because I looked at this to buy it, okay, right before I got downstairs here. Now, what I was looking at was this, because when I do this on a bounce, even is that what I like to do, particularly because you have option expiration tomorrow, right, is that, and do not do this, folks, unless you know how to trade options and you really are a day trader, okay? So what happens is that, see this 277.56? Well, if you go in the option market and they expire tomorrow, you can buy the 277. So if you're looking for a bounce, what I normally do is that, okay, I'd go in there, buy the 277s, and when I went in there earlier to buy the 277s, though, at the money, they're trading 277.04, right? They were still costing almost $1.50. So what does that mean? Well, they're good until tomorrow, but that wasn't good enough, meaning that was way too high a premium, because normally when I do this, right, which, we'll trade white lightning tomorrow probably, is that if I go in, let's say I go in $1.50, then I immediately put a sell in for $2.25, when I'm looking for a bounce. You got $1,000. So I didn't do it, and I didn't do it because of the fact it's like, you know what, man, on the first part of what I said about the amount of folks that I think actually tried to buy the bounce all day, because it's very unusual that even in a down market that you don't get some kind of a bounce, So that's the gist of it, man. That's, and then what you have to do is you have to stay with the larger picture. And the larger picture is that you did have a break. Like when I go to both sides of the market, like, yeah, I would trade. If I thought that was a good bounce, I'd trade it, and then I can't wait to sell it again. Because then you sell it and you sell it again. Because the larger picture is that it broke the consolidation and it wants to go to lower price, So let's take a look at some of the higher volume equities that we have out here today. We're going to have some volume out here today. Tesla's down 63 cents. You got Amazon off $3.50. Advanced Micro's down $2.50. Your Roblox is down $5.50. Novavax is down $5.50. Oh, that's a hit, man. Whoa, that's a big hit. Google's down 4. You have, let's go inside the Dow Industrials and take a look at the strength versus the weakness inside the Dow. And what you have there, Verizon is the only one that is putting any positive inside the Dow Industrials, and it's 2 points. Taken away from it. United Health minus 60, Goldman's 57, IBM 40, Microsoft 48. Inside the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness inside the NDX. You got Align Technologies up 2%. Tesla's up 0.3%, taken away from it. Netflix is down 8.6%. Match Group's down 5.4%. Marvell Technologies down 5.3%. Let's just go look at Netflix here for a second. So Netflix is trading down $27. Okay. You're trading into strength. Strength there. The bottom of strength is 280. We're at 290. You got a gap that's opened. Yeah, so this is going to get down there. That's where this baby's heading. That's the bottom line. So, and let's go. Oh, so let's talk about the European Union. If you didn't hear Lagarde, okay, today, folks, okay, you definitely want to Google on YouTube Lagarde. She spoke this morning, right? And the reason you want to listen to her is twofold. What she thinks is going on in Europe, but also how her speech pattern is versus our speech pattern in the central bank in the United States. It's amazing that the European markets just, well, I guess the DAX is down. Let's go look at this. Because it's like so clear, man. Like they got a disaster on their hands. They really waited too long. I mean, we waited long, but I'm telling you, man, when you listen to her, DAX, okay, where's it? There it is right there. I mean, she just went on and on and on. And, their last, well, you can see, I guess, it's in the charts for sure. She just didn't stop, man. Listen, things are tough. What I thought was really cool was this. What she did, which Powell did not do, she gave numbers for each year that where she thought inflation was going to be, meaning 2023, 2024, and 2025. And guess what? When do you think she said that inflation can get down to she was talking about 2.3%. Well, she was out at 2025, folks, okay? And that's where we are, too. I mean, inflation just doesn't come and go away. It just doesn't happen, man. I mean, it's not even close either. So, I would say that you listen. I'm going to listen to it again because of the fact she gave out so many different numbers where she thought they were going to be. And listen, man, she might be wrong also. But if you match that with what Powell was saying is that the Fed itself has already changed, and they did it yesterday, saying that they thought when they're done, it was going to be 0.5% higher than they thought in September, okay? And he went on top of that and said that, yes, and that may change again. Well, it's going to change again, man. If they want 2% inflation in the United States of America, let me tell you something, man. We are going to be squeezed. You better go get something that they can't squeeze you too much, because the squeeze is going to be on in an incredible way. There's no doubt about it. No. There's no talk of transitory. With the transitory, they're going to try to get rid of that word in the English dictionary, I think, because so I don't even know how they got that. I mean, because we talked about it at the time. This is where when you live in that glass house, and I don't know if the glass house, you live in this house, but you're really not out in the streets, and you really don't realize what's going on. When they were saying it was even transitory, I don't think any of us are you kidding me, man? I mean, seriously, just get out on the street, go to a 7-Eleven, go to wherever you're going. That thing wasn't transitory. They were blaming everything on the aspect of the supply chain, and it wasn't just the supply chain. The supply chain, did it. This was building up for a long period of time, and then poof, lit the fire, and see ya, don't want to be ya. Dow's down 740, Nasdaq's off 345, S&P's off 100. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 776. You got the NASDAQ off 364, S&P's off for 106. And let's just go take a look at the indice volume first. So indice volume out here, we're at 552 in the NYSE. That'll bang out. It'll bang out $1 billion probably. And then on the composite, we're already at 4.4. So that's going to be 5.5, 5.6. We'll see how this shakes out tomorrow. Tomorrow, more than likely, you're going to get an explosive volume. Because, see, what also happens is this, is that, we know all the machines, okay? You don't know, what the machines are doing on a continual basis. But what happens, folks, is this. Is that trend following, okay, is a very common way that many of these large funds do. And when they hit it right, they hit it spectacular. And if they don't hit it, they just keep getting out. Well, you can see what has happened here, right? Meaning, in the context of that, we've been in an uptrend since the low of October. So the real question is once those machines start changing, and they're at that point right now because you broke the consolidation, man, that's when things can break loose in an incredible way. Meaning, because two different things end up happening. Picture what ends up happening. That the machines have been long, they sell, and then they sell again. And, none of us know all the formulas that are inside them. But what we do know is that they're trend followers. That's the bottom line. That's how it works. I mean, that's why, it's pretty amazing to me, just kind of in general, these large CTAs. The CTA, okay, bottom line is that you're trading commodity futures, and that includes the S&P. And if you remember, years ago, we had, I must Ed Young, but I forget this other guy that was on. And I just remember watching that system. It was a great system, man. The system was really consistent. It was a trend-following system, though. And once it would break, man, I still watch it and say, oh, my God, watch this. That what would happen is this. If you're long, let's say, 2 or 3 S&Ps, right, the bottom line, they'd sell the 2 or 3 S&Ps and then sell them again. So that's how trend followers work once they actually get a break. And particularly when it's programmed into the computer, meaning this was a system that, Ed Young had. I remember we were advertising for the guy. It was a leasing system. It was a great system, man. I mean, that's the bottom line. I don't know. Last time I looked, there was one of our tigers in the UK still using it and still doing very good, So, we'll see where this shakes out. But as you go into the, option expiration, the end of the year, all of the above, that's when you'll see these things really start, the turns happened here. That's the bottom line. Let's go take a look at the silver market right now. We're in the March silver, so you're down with 59,000 contracts, and silver's been strong. I mean, silver's been stronger than gold. Let's see what we got here. You have some volume. I mean, silver, it's going to be a long way for silver to get in this lower range. Silver has to go down to 22.50 to get in this lower range. And we'll see what it did. I mean, this has been a big run. 3 months, it's run from 17.50 up to 24.39. You know, just like the equities, so, it looks to me like you're going to get a pullback. They're going to throw good babies out with the bad babies, the whole ball of the wax. That's how it kind of goes when you get to a certain point. And I suspect by the end of this point, though, you'll still have the gold stocks, the silver stocks will be higher than the rest of the market, Yeah, let's go take a look at Apple because, Apple, bottom line, this is down on volume. And it's good. You look at it, it's going right after a high volume low. The high volume low is 134. We hit 136 out here today. Now, let's take this and put this back on a weekly. Oh, this is where this gets dangerous on Apple. Can you believe it? Wow, man. See, okay. Now, Apple, this is wild, man. Because if Apple ever breaks this one, hold it, man. It's already done it. Man, Apple's on its way down to 116. See this up here? When you broke into, the volume's not that bad, but even so, we're right at it. This 137, man. Here, watch this. This is, I'm going to do this the most conservative way that this is, I'm not taking it all the way down, but you break into this 137.07, 138, which we're doing, that sets up, man. My point on this is here. Apple has so much support here because Apple traded here from September of 2020 going all the way over to July of 2021. Now, when you break into areas, it's like, that's trouble, man. I think Apple's got big trouble here. We'll see where it shakes out, man, but that's big trouble. That would be saying to me that you can get down a whole nother level. And if that's what you get, what does happen is that we know that Apple is the largest weighting in every industry. So if that's the largest weight in every industry, we know that, okay, that is just a monster problem in general. The dollar continues to go higher. Let's go see what the euro is doing because it's going to be so intriguing that the interest rate structure inside the euro, bottom line, if you listen to Lagarde, she's going to be raising those rates. But guess what, man? I mean, this is not taking, the type of, well, I guess that'd be correct. Now this is going to be a deal between the dollar and the euro, I think. Who can raise them faster to basically keep their currency up higher? Because the euro just went from 95 to 106. And this is really not that bad. It really isn't. As to the, context of where, if they didn't raise, imagine if they didn't raise today. So if they didn't raise today, and they didn't say that they're looking for 0.75 of 1, it's 75 basis points or 0.75%. In the future, that euro could have get smoked. And don't forget, because on Wednesdays, and Teddy Cakestat, folks, is a great newsletter. And when Tommy has them on Wednesdays, he did an amazing job explaining the different correlations between the euro, the pound, the yen, the U.S. dollar, trade, and what it means as to our interest rates. And what it means to the strength and or weakness of our currencies, all these currencies, okay? So check it out. Go over to TFNN, go into newsletters, check it out. On Wednesday, that's archived. He went through it, it was about a 10-minute segment. It was a great segment, man. Really, had a lot into it. And it takes a long period of time, folks, to understand these different parts of the market that are very important. And I would say that one of the most important are the currencies and on the bond market. That's the reality. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Dow's down 809, Nasdaq's off 369, S&P's off 108. Come right back.
technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 798. Nasdaq's off 267. S&Ps are off 107. That's a downdraft, folks, inside the Dow Industrials of 2.3%. S&P's 2.4 and the Nasdaq 3.2. I mean, he's talking about some numbers, man. You know, I remember when this happened in 2007, you know, to 2008, 9, or 10. You got to take advantage of this, folks, because it stops. And, you know, I know volatility, when you haven't seen it, is kind of tough. But once you see it for a while, it's a lot easier trading in volatility than not having volatility. Because the fact of the matter is you get moves both ways that are very large. And, you know, you don't have to get the whole move. You have to be in that move somewhere. You know, so, you know, this is showing us. This is particularly showing us. And Larry Pesavento, if you heard his show on yesterday, it was yesterday, yeah. He was explaining the aspect of when you have a Dow Industrials that move 1,800 points in one day, which we did. That just doesn't go away. You know, it will eventually go away. But the bottom line is that, you know, it doesn't go away in a heartbeat. You know, and that's exactly what we had. And that was another indication that the volatility was going to explode once again. And, you know, we'll see, you know, how this shakes out. We're going to have the volume out here today. That's the bottom line. And then if we do get a down day tomorrow, that is going to put the nail in the coffin. The reason being, well, look at, yeah, the SPY is accelerating. We're already at 93 million. We only needed 75. Because what ends up happening is that the depending on, how far we are going south, we're at 53 here. This will be interesting with the SPY, though. The Qs. 53 still, yeah. It's come. This is coming at a short volume, 45. So you're already over it. So you broke the consolidation, and the real kick is going to be how do you come into the 270 area? And I suspect we're going to be into that area tomorrow, folks. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great night, folks. Have a safe night. Come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 in the morning. Great show, folks. Look at him, folks.
Building